Ladies and gentlemen, we start the signatory ceremony between the President of the Republic of Azerbaijan and the President of the Republic of Turkey. Between the Republics of Turkey and Azerbaijan, the presidents are going to sign this Susha memorandum on issues of cooperation. Ladies and gentlemen, the President of the Republic of Azerbaijan and the President of the Republic of Turkey will now make some remarks. Distinguished President, my brother, Recep Tayyip Erdoğan, and distinguished guests coming from Turkey, ladies and gentlemen, today in our history, it's a historic day for us. Today, with our sister country, we are hosting the President of Turkey in the land of Nagorno-Karabakh and hosting him in Shusha. Using this opportunity, thank, I would like to welcome my brother and greet him in Nagorno-Karabakh and in Shusha. My dear brother has been to Azerbaijan for many times, but this is the first time he is in Shusha and in Karabakh. And for that reason, this occasion is historic because the memorandum that we are signing today is on alliance, on cooperation, which will carry out our relations to the highest level. The name of the memorandum is the Memorandum on Alliance, and this document relates to many areas, and we have established new relations, and this document points out to many issues, which is the assurance of our future partnership. As I have expressed on many occasions before in my own addresses or in my press releases, Turkey and Azerbaijan are the two closest countries in anywhere in the world, and there are many points that bring us together and ensure this unitedness. For instance, our civilization, our history, our shared ethnic roots, our language, our religion, our national values, our national interests, and the brotherhood between, the sisterhood between our publics. And the in the public opinion today, we are displaying a great example of alliance. The document that we are signing today is historic, and in this document, we mention the leaders of our publics, for instance, Mustafa Kemal Atatürk or Aliyev, and Mustafa Kemal Atatürk says, for instance, Azerbaijan's joy is our joy and its sorrow is our sorrow. Towards the end of the 20th century, Haydar Aliyev said Turkey and Azerbaijan are two states but a single nation. Such historic remarks are for our activities, they are the basis. We comply with this tradition, and in Shusha, which was liberated in the 21st century, we sign a document on alliance, and we follow in our ancestors' footsteps, and we guide the way for future generations. And it is based on the Kars agreement. That agreement was signed more than 100 years ago in Kars, which is also very meaningful because the Shusha city has been liberated after 100 years, and we are signing documents on cooperation, which is going to show us the way for our future cooperation. There are many issues that are covered in the document. We have joint activities, we have political, commercial, trade cooperations, or civilization or politics. For instance, the energy security between are important both for Turkey and Azerbaijan as well as for Europe. Every issue is significant, but among them two points that I would like to underline specifically are cooperation in defense industry as well as mutual issues of aid are also especially underlined in this document. We are showing once again that from now on, everyone, every time, on every occasion, we will be one. We will be standing together and we are going to ensure the security of each other. So far, in all issues, Turkey and Azerbaijan have stood together, and it will continue being so in the future. A second important issue is the issue of transport. The document also mentions the opening of a new line, which after the Second Karabakh War, this was the outcome of the new political situation. Today, Turkey and Azerbaijan is being joined with rail lines. We are exchanging opinions on this issue, and we are creating such a corridor of connection. And in the document that we sign on our partnership, this issue is also mentioned, which is again meaningful. Today, we are at the liberated town of Shusha. The whole Azerbaijani public and the Turkish public, I'm sure, are watching us. The whole world is watching us because we were impatient about this moment, and I'm sure people are very excited. And from today, we are making remarks, giving out messages from here, our old city of Shusha, which will resonate in the whole world. And this occasion is historic, and for a long time, this will be mentioned. Shusha was liberated from occupation recently, and liberating the town of Shusha required great heroism. Every person who, as they come to Shusha, they see the rocks and they see the city as a fortress that cannot be taken, and it requires great heroism and great sacrifice to do so. But the heroic troops of Azerbaijan have shed their bloods, have lost their lives have been martyred but climbed the rocks, but not even with weapons, but with their bare hands, they were able to take back Shusha from the enemy, and they were able to bring the Azerbaijani flag here. The Azerbaijani and Turkish flags that are seen here shows our unity. The second Karabakh uh, conflict, the war, since the first days that it started, my brother Recep Tayyip Erdoğan been has extended clear support to Azerbaijan. From the very first hours of the war, he said Azerbaijan is not alone. He inspired us, he elevated our spirits, and all the forces that were trying to defend, he stopped them. He said Turkey stands with Azerbaijan, and since from the first hours of the war to the final hours, we received support from my brother, the president, as well as the Turkish public, which gave us great support. This political and spiritual support gave us more courage. We have received messages from all corners of Turkey, as well as messages of congratulations or various expressions of support and unity, once again showed to the rest of the world our unity. Today we have members of press from Turkey here in Shusha. They have been here trying to cover the real situation in the field, even during the toughest times of the combat, and they have risked their own lives in order to cover the news for the rest of the world. So, on many occasions, on Turkish TV networks, I have watched the footage and interviews, and I noticed that it was not only about doing their job, but rather solidarity and support and love. And Azerbaijan's voice was brought to the rest of the world, even in the most dangerous of places, even as bombs were falling down. The members of the press from Turkey came immediately in order to prepare their interviews and their stories. And Armenia targeted our civilians, our citizens, with long-range missiles, with different types of missiles. And unfortunately, as a result of these cowardly attacks, more than 100 people have been killed, including women and children. During the war, we have felt the love and the support of the whole Turkish people. We knew previously that we were two states, but a single nation, as my father said, but this fight showed the same to the rest of the world, and we will never forget about this support. The second Karabakh war is now back, is now in history, and the Armenian army was destroyed. Armenia had to had to ask for peace, and they had to sign the document, and our regions were given back to us. The occupation continued for more than 30 years, but the occupation ended. Azerbaijan ended this occupation with the support of our brother Turkey, and all the negotiations gave no results, but this shows us once again that when there is power, when there is justice, it's possible to achieve anything. Of course, Turkey and Azerbaijan are allies, and in the second Karabakh fight, we have received support, and we have reinstated justice, and we have reestablished our territorial integrity. Now a new era starts. With my brother, today we are meeting. We have met at the town of Fuzuli, and we looked at the current situation of the city. The city does not exist anymore, as we have passed through. There is no single safe building. All of our buildings have been taken down. Our historical monuments have been destroyed and taken down and have been damaged. Shusha is a historical city, and it was occupied for 28 years, and no single building has been built here. For instance, I showed the building of the mayor's office to my brother, which was built in the time of my ancestors, or maybe even earlier. But the enemy did not even build a single building here, did not construct anything. We have walked around, and when I came here earlier this year, it was completely in ruins. Shusha has been an Azerbaijani city in history because it was established a long time ago, and afterwards, at different times, the population reached much higher numbers. It was under occupation for 30 years, but still it did not yield. It was able to preserve its spirit, its character, and it was always waiting for us. And we came back in the historic city today. We have our guest, the President of Turkey, and it's very difficult to put into words the feelings that we have today. I'm sure everyone who comes here will share such sentiments. And we are going through such emotional times, and I'm grateful to God. We have been very impatient to host you in Shusha. I have invited you, and we are the presidents of two countries. We have agreed the last time we met that our next meeting would be here. So once again, welcome to your own lands. Welcome to Shusha. The brotherhood between Turkey and Azerbaijan is going to live forever. Esteemed President and my brother, distinguished members of delegations, greetings to all of you. Today, of course, we are sharing the excitement and these feelings, and thankfully, we were able to fulfill the promise after the war that lasted 44 days, as you know. Karabakh has thankfully been returned to its owners, and it was saved from the Armenian occupation and Armenian oppression. Currently, in the backdrop, you see a building which, unfortunately, shows us what the Armenian oppression did to these important places. My brother chose a very meaningful place as a backdrop in our press conference, because on one side we have the mayor's office, On the other side, we have, unfortunately, the buildings that Armenians almost leveled. Of course, on the occasion of Azerbaijan's National Day, 15th of June, we commemorate leader Haydar Aliyev. May God's blessings be on his soul. We share the joy of the victory of the heroic Azerbaijani army. On 10th of December of last year in Baku, as you know, we were together to share this joy. And at the time, again, we had a unique excitement and a unique atmosphere. 6 months on, this time we are meeting at the ancient city of Shusha, and we are very pleased to be here, and thankfully we have fulfilled the promise. I once again congratulate the Karabakh victory of the Azerbaijani people. Many artists have come out of this important city of Shusha, which is the cultural capital of Azerbaijan. And the messages that we give out to our region and the world are very significant. Under the visionary leadership of my brother Aliyev and under his command, Karabakh was liberated, and we are going to follow very closely the efforts to rebuild it. As we were coming to Shusha, we have witnessed some of the construction activities for infrastructure. On the other hand, roads are being built in one hand, and on the other hand, energy plants, power plants are being opened, and new energy transport lines are being built. Of course, the region also needs water, which is also being built. All of these efforts are continuing at a high speed, and hopefully, as soon as possible, the region will get an airport or a number of airports. I was informed about these developments by my brother. After having the airport, of course, it will be much more convenient to come and go to these towns. And in tourism, I believe the region is going to enjoy an important leap. Of course, Karabakh will gain back its old glory and its own character. Fuzuli, Zengilan, Hubatlı, Laçin, Şuşa, Kelbeçer, Hocabent are some of the old settlements in Karabakh, and hopefully we are going to see altogether the days that they rise again. As we did during the independence struggle, in the rebuilding efforts, we are going to give every kind of support to our brothers and sisters. As soon as possible, we hope that our Azerbaijani brothers and sisters will be able to go back to their homes. We will make any necessary effort. My brother is already working very hard so that the real owners of this place can go back to their homes and their settlements. When it comes to making financial aid and employment available to them, we are going to do our best so that they can go back to their own homes and to their own venues, so that this place will be even richer. Of course, as we compensate for the destruction on one hand, on the other hand, we work so that the Azerbaijani lands will not have such disasters ever again. We will take the necessary measures. Together with the Turkey administration of Turkey, we are making new plans. We're planning new steps in this region, and Turkey will cooperate with the counterpart state agency of Azerbaijan, and we will be taking such steps jointly. Everyone who has an impact in the region are invited to see the reality, to accept the victory of the Azerbaijani people, and to look towards the future. After the ceasefire agreement, for all parties in the world, new opportunities for cooperation have arisen, and our Azerbaijani brothers and sisters are very open in this regard. And as Turkey, we are geographical neighbors, and we would like to turn these into deeper cooperations. We hope that Armenia is going to take this hand of a friendship that is extended to them and use the opportunity to shape the joint future together. We have suggested a platform of six, and in the platform of six, as you know, Russia, Turkey, Azerbaijan, Armenia, Georgia, and Iran are included. And together with this platform of six, we hope that the region is going to be a place where peace prevails. And in order to take this step, we are ready to do everything that we can with my brother, and Mr. Putin is also ready. And with steps to take, the region will become a region of peace. Of course, this historic opportunity should not be wasted with unrealistic expectations. Everyone who is ready to contribute to the new status of the region are invited to promote peace and cooperation. When such a climate can be formed here, we are going to do our part for normalization with Armenia, as we express on every opportunity. This promising process will turn the ceasefire agreement into a more deeper and comprehensive agreement, and this way the process will go faster. We have had talks with my brother Aliyev, in which we got the chance to discuss our relations in detail. Our high-level strategic council meeting is going to be organized in the upcoming months in Turkey. And together with this agreement between two countries, we will make traveling with national IDs available by we have initiated this possibility of traveling with national ID cards, which is going to make our mutual relations easier and will bring us closer. In our mutual trade, we have made significant progress already. The preferential trade agreement came into effect in March 2020. Our trade volume will be raised to $15 billion in 2023. Turkish oil and many of our companies have significant investment in Azerbaijan, and likewise many Azerbaijani companies, including Sokar, are carrying out investment in Turkey, which we welcome, but not only in Turkey, but if necessary with Sokar and the Turkish petrol can use opportunities to invest together in third countries. We discussed this possibility, and hopefully we will continue working on this point. We want to expand the scope of cooperation in the areas of trade and commerce. There are major projects of pipelines that we have completed together between our two countries, and these pipelines and projects contribute to the prosperity and peace of the whole region, including our countries. With the completion of the top project, the natural gas which travels through our country is being offered to the European market. Today, as my brother also touched on, as a single nation and two states, we are elevating our relations, and we have taken a new historic step that will further improve our relations. This is an important step, and in the upcoming process, we're going to strengthen and continue on this journey. As my brother said, with the Shusha Memorandum, we are drawing the roadmap for our relations in the upcoming period. It's a long memorandum of 11 pages, which is coming into effect in Shusha today, which is significant. And this memorandum between Turkey and Azerbaijan covers many issues, but as we take our future steps, not only the two countries, but we can see in this document that there's a will that covers our whole region. In this old city of Shusha, as soon as possible, hopefully, we are planning to open a consulate. This way, we can be faster and more effective in running the activities that we're planning for this region. On the other hand, we believe that Azerbaijan's South Zengezur project is significant, and we support the project. As this project comes into effect, a new shared corridor will be opened, which can be used by everyone in the East and West. It's a significant project, and despite the pandemic, from agriculture to energy, from transport to tourism, from defense to education and culture, we were able to carry our relations further, and we continue our shared efforts. But of course, in addition to all of this, our relations in defense industry is going well with technology transfer and joint manufacturing projects. As a medal was awarded by my brother to the president of Baykar Technologies, and I'd like to thank him on behalf of the family. The unmanned drones and weaponized drones are doing a great job here, and our relations in the defense industry will continue developing, and with this improvement, continuously, Azerbaijan will not only be a market, but will also get the opportunity to be a center of production. Our power is Azerbaijan's power, and Azerbaijan's power is our power. And once again, I'd like to thank President Aliyev for the warm hospitality that was extended to my delegation, and I hope that the decisions that we took in our relations, in our meetings, will be auspicious, and I greet all of you.